This is a breaking development from South America. The United States has ordered a major naval blockade against Venezuela, dramatically escalating tensions between Washington and the government of President Nicolás Maduro. U.S. President Donald Trump announced a total and complete blockade of sanctioned Venezuelan oil tankers, preventing them from entering or leaving Venezuelan ports. In a strongly worded statement, President Trump said Venezuela is now, quote, completely surrounded by the largest naval armada ever assembled in the history of South America. What does the blockade mean? According to U.S. officials, the blockade targets oil tankers already under U.S. sanctions. It is aimed at cutting off Venezuela's oil exports, the backbone of its economy. U.S. mobile forces have been deployed to intercept and inspect vessels suspected of violating sanctions. The White House says the operation will continue until Venezuela complies with U.S. demands, including the return of assets Washington claims were illegally taken. Why is this happening? President Trump accused the Maduro government of using oil revenues to support drug trafficking and criminal networks, undermining regional security, operating as what the U.S. now labels a foreign terrorist organization. The Trump administration says the blockade is a lawful enforcement of sanctions, not a declaration of war. Venezuela responds, Venezuela has strongly condemned the move. The Maduro government called the blockade illegal under international law, an act of economic warfare, a direct threat to national sovereignty. Caracas says it will raise the issue at the United Nations and seek international support against what it describes as U.S. aggression. International reaction. Several countries, including Germany, have warned that the blockade could destabilize the region. Global oil markets reacted quickly, with oil prices rising on fears of supply disruption. Legal experts say a naval blockade without UN approval is highly controversial. Important clarification. Despite the heavy military language, the US and Venezuela are not officially at war. However, analysts say this is one of the most serious escalations in years. Bottom line, this blockade marks a dramatic turning point in US-Venezuela relations. With warships deployed, oil shipments disrupted, and diplomatic tensions soaring, the world is watching closely to see whether this crisis escalates further or forces negotiations. We will continue to bring you updates as this story develops.